Haftarah of Sabbath, Hachodesh, the portion in Bo Exodus 12, 1-20, page 107 in the Torah portion, is read Ezekiel 45, verse 16-25, and 46, verse 1-18, Haftarah, Parshat, Hachodesh, Hermes, Lempathir, Tzup, Ba, Persat, Hachodesh, Hasa, Lakum, Smut, Yud, Tzadi, Chet, Kaf, Wem, Pthiris, Bich Sakal, Summon, Meme, Hey. The Ashkenazim commence here. Khan, Mut, Chilin, Hachkanzim. All the people of the land shall give this oblation for the prince in Israel, and it shall be the prince's part to give burnt offerings and meat offerings and drink offerings in the feasts and in the new moons and in the Sabbaths and all solemnities of the house of Israel. He shall prepare the sin offering and the meat offering and the burnt offering and the peace offerings to make reconciliation for the house of Israel. The Sephardim commence here. Kahan Machilis Hesperdim, thus saith the leader of the community. God is a verb and noun. In the first month, in the first day of the month, thou shalt take a young bullock without blemish and cleanse the sanctuary. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering and put it upon the posts of the house and upon the four corners of the settle of the altar and upon the post of the gate of the inner court. And so thou shalt do the 7th day of the month for every one that erreth, and for him that is simple, so shall ye reconcile the house. In the first month, in the 14th day of the month, ye shall have the Passover, a feast of 7 days. Unleavened bread shall be eaten, and upon that day shall the prince prepare for himself and for all the people of the land a bullock for a sin offering, and 7 days of the feast he shall prepare a burnt offering to God as a verb and noun, 7 bullocks and 7 rams without blemish, daily the 7 days, and a kid of the goats daily for a sin offering. And he shall prepare a meat offering of an ephah for a bullock, and an ephah for a ram, and a hin of oil for an ephah. In the 7th month, in the 15th day of the month, he shall do the like in the feast of the 7 days, according to the sin offering, according to the burnt offering, and according to the meat offering, and according to the oil. Now, I think most cultures, they would have the day, the month, and then the year. In this, we have the month, the day, and the year. Well, the day would compare the point in the lunar cycle that each thing occurs. So we find this in particular, I mean, every society is patriarchic, so don't, patriarchal, it's all patriarchal, even the so-called matriarchal societies. And if they are, it's like based on patriarchy, so it's, what sense does that make? But it's interesting to think of why that change was made, right? 46. Thus saith Lord, increasing existence, the gate of the inner court that looketh toward the east shall be shut the 6 working days, but on the Sabbath it shall be opened, and in the day of the new moon it shall be opened. By the day of the new moon, they mean the crescent moon is sighted. And Yitzhakari, Yashukari in the footer there, and the prince shall enter by the way of the porch of that gate without, and shall stand by the post of the gate And the priest shall prepare his burnt offering and his peace offerings, and he shall worship at the threshold of the gate, and he shall go forth, but the gate shall not be shut until the evening. Likewise, the people of the land shall worship at the door of this gate before God is a verb and noun in the Sabbaths and in the new moons. And the burnt offering that the prince shall offer unto God as a verb and noun in the Sabbath day shall be 6 lambs without blemish, and a ram without blemish. And the meat offering shall be an ephah for a ram, and the meat offering for the lambs, as he shall be able to give, and an hin of oil to an ephah. And in the day of the new moon it shall be a young bullock without blemish, and 6 lambs and a ram, they shall be without blemish. And he shall prepare a meat offering, an ephah for a bullock, and an ephah for a ram, and for the lambs according to as his hand shall attain unto, and an hin of oil to an ephah. And when the prince shall enter, he shall go in by the way of the porch of that gate, and he shall go forth by the way thereof. But when the people of the land shall come before God as a verb and noun in the solemn feast, he that entereth in by the way of the north gate to worship shall go out by the way of the south gate, and he that entereth by the way of the south gate shall go forth by the way of the north gate. He shall not return by the way of the gate whereby he came in, but shall go forth over against it. And the prince in the midst of them, when they go in, shall go in, and when they go forth, shall go forth. And in the feasts and in the solemnities, the meat offering shall be an ephah to a bullock, and an ephah to a ram, and to the lambs, as he is able to give, and an hin of oil to an ephah. Now, when the prince shall prepare a voluntary burnt offering or peace offerings voluntarily unto God as a verb and noun, one shall then open him the gate that looketh toward the east, and he shall prepare his burnt offering and his peace offerings as he did on the Sabbath day, which is sunset Friday to sunset Saturday. Then he shall go forth, and after his going forth, one shall shut the gate. Thou shalt daily prepare a burnt offering to God as a verb and noun of a lamb of the first year without blemish. Thou shalt prepare it every morning, and thou shalt prepare a meat offering for it every morning, the 6th part of an ephah, and the 3rd part of an hin of oil to temper with the fine flour, a meat offering continually by perpetual ordinance unto God as a verb and noun. Thus shall they prepare the lamb and the meat offering and the oil every morning for a continual burnt offering. The Sephardim stop here, the Ashkenazim continue. Les Perdim Mein Kauf. Okay. Thus saith the Lord, established, if the prince shall give a gift unto any of his sons, the inheritance thereof shall be his sons, it shall be their possession by inheritance. But if he give a gift of his inheritance to one of his servants, then it shall be his to the year of liberty. After it shall return to the princes, but his inheritance shall be his sons for them. Moreover, the prince shall not take of the people's inheritance to force them out of their possession, but he shall give his sons inheritance out of his own possession, that my people be not scattered every man from his possession. Kah Amr Adni. Oh, wrong starting part. Kol Ham Hearts Yahyu Al Hetruma Hazat Zansha Bishral Wal Hensha Yahya Haulut Wah Mancha Wah Nasak Bachdim Wub Chachim Wub Shabtut Bakal Tuhadi Beit Yashral Huwa Yasha at Hetchathat, what Hamnacha, what Hala, what Hashlamim, Lekper, Bad, Beit Yashral, Kah Amr, Adni Yahweh, Brashun, Bachid, Lichdush, Tukach, Purban, Bucker, Tamyam, which that at Hamqadash, Wolkach, Hekhan, Madam, Hech that, Winton, Al Mezuzat, Hepiat, Wal Arba, Pnut, Hazra, Lem Zipich, Wal Mezuzah, yeah. Mezwizd, Shar, Hetzer, Hepnimit, Wiccan, Tasha, Bushbah, Butchdush, Mesh, Shukah, Wampti, Wikpertum, At Hapiat, Brashun, Barbah, Asher, Yum, Lechrush, Yahya, Lakam, Hepsach, Hug, Shabout, Yum, Matsut, Yakel, Washa, Hansha, Bum, Hehwa, Badu, Wubad, Kul Hearts, Per Chithat, Wishbat, Yami, Hatchug, Yasha, Aula, Lehwa, Shbat, Puryam, Wishbat, Ilium, Tamyimum, Lium, Shbat, Himim, Wichthat, Shire, Asyam, Lium, Wimnacha, Apa, Lipper, Wapa, Lail, Yasha, Wishman, Hin, Leip, Butch Bi, Butch Mushah, Asher, Yum, Lichdish, Butchug, Yasha, Kalah, Shabbat, Himim, Ketchthat, Kalah, Wukmuncha, Win Shimon, Kah Amr, Adni Yahweh, Shar, Hetzer, Hep Nimit, Hepnah, Qatyam, Yahya, Sagar, Shest, Yami, Ham Asha, Wabum, Heshbet, Yiptuch, Wubium, Hechdush, Yiptuch, Waba, Hagsha, Dirk, Aulam, Heshar, Machutz, Wamad, Al Mezuzat, Heshar, Washu, Hekhanim, At Aulatu, Wat Shlmu, Washachu, Al Mupton, Heshar, Witza, Washarla, Yisker, Ad Harb, Washachu, Hearts, Petach, Heshar, Hehwa, Bushbetwat, Wubchich, Kapchim Elepni Yahwa Wah Allah Asher Yakram Henshia Lihwa Yum Hashbat Shah Kapshim Tamimim Whale Tamim Wum Nacha Ipa Lil Wal Kapshim Mancha Matat Gedu Wishman Hin Lepa Wubium Hachodesh Perban Bakar Tamimim Washat Kapshim Wheel Tamimim Yahyu Wepa Lam Lipper Wepa Lail Yasha Mancha Wal Kapshim Kasher Tshib Yadu Wishman Hin Lepa Wabwa Hansha Dirk Aulam Hashar Yabwa Wabdirku Yatsa Wabwa Hearts Lepni Yahwa Bamwadim Haba Dirk Shar Tsapun La Shut Yitsa Dirk Shar Nangab Wahba Dirk Shar Nangab Yitsa Dirk Shar Tsapuna La Yeshub Dirk Hashar Asher Ba Bu Ki Nekchu Yitzau Wahnashya Batukam Babwam Yibwa Wabthatam Yitzau Wabchakyam Wabmuadyam Tahya Hamnacha Epa Leper Wepa Lil Wal Kapshim Matat Yadu Wishman Hin Lepa Waki Yasha Hansha Nadbah Aula Au Shalmim Nadbah Lehwa Wabtach Ru Am Hashar Hapna Qadyam Wahsha At Altu Wat Sholmu Kasher Yasha Bium Hashbat Witsa Wasker At Hashar Atri Tsatu Wakbush Bun Shuntu Tamim Tasha Allah Lium Lehwa Bemker Tasha Atu Wamnacha Tasha Alyu Bemker Shashit Hepa Wishman Shalishit Hahyan Lurth At Haslet Mcha Lehwa Hakut Aulam Tamid Wahashu At Hekbush Wat Hamnacha Wat Hashman Bemker Owlet Tamid Kah Amr Atni Yahwa Ki Yatan Hancha Matna Leish Mapnew Nachlatu Hya Lepnew Tahya Ach Zatum Hya Panchala Wakiyatan Matna Manchaltu Lachid Mabdu Wahyata Lu Ad Shant Hadrur Wishbut Lancha Ak Nachlatu Benu Laham Tahya Wala Yakach Hancha Manchult Ham Lahunatum Machzatum Machzatu Yanchul at Benu Laman Asher La Yiptsu Ami Aish Machzatu. Nutchul is occupancy, heirloom, inherited, estate, possession, stream, winter torrent, valley, if you had the hay on the end, a shaft. But if you don't, it could also be a tribute, a division, a bequeathing, a gift of some kind. Mzah, faint with fear, exhaustion, terror. Mizzou, gather in. Mziz or mezuzah. Mezuzit, a doorpost, a frame.